Rewind 2021. There was a parade in my city. Number one pick, dancing in the street. Everybody was hitting the gritty. Cade arrived in the D, and it was live as can be. They can ball, but we didn't want Dream or Bleak or Scotty B. No, when he got hurt, everyone lost it. Storylines leaking, no faucet. Caught him washed when he broke his tibia. All the haters, time to get it really Everybody wanna be Skip Bayless. Wanna throw shade, okay, say less. Dudes went number one for a reason. It'll click by the end of the season. When he wins most improved player. Gonna be a movie, here's the trailer. Don't say I didn't try to warn ya. Co-signed by Wimbenyama.
Cade Cunningham.
He was raised a Texan, but now he's Detroit flexing. Team USA, he was killing them. Got him effed up, let me quote Eminem. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. That's a bunch of gibberish and money lovers act like they forgot about Cade. Nowadays, everybody wanna talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out when they move their lips. That's a bunch of gibberish and money lovers act like they forgot about Cade.
Forgot about Cade. They forgot about Cade. Forgot about. How you forget about Cade?
Y'all know what's coming. Hey, y'all know what's coming. Y'all know what's coming. I got one thing to say. Detroit basketball. Woo! Man, oh man, oh man. What a game, y'all. What a game. Woo! Okay, so I need y'all to drop fire emojis in the chat for me first of all. First of all, let's get the excitement going. Before we even get started, let's just get the vibes going. Let's get the fire emojis going. Let's get the Detroit basketballs going. Let's get everything going, man, because our Detroit Pistons are back, baby. We are officially back. We are officially back. I have not been this excited about my Detroit Pistons in about 15 years, maybe even 20 years. It's really been that long for me. It's been that long. I've been watching the Pistons since I was a little boy, guys. Since I was 3-4 years old, 89, 90. That's how long it's been that I've been watching the Pistons. And tonight, y'all, I had the feeling again. I had the feeling again. You know it's cyclical. You can tell when they're going to be good. You can tell when they're going to be bad. You can tell when their trajectory is going up and coming down. And guys, I felt it. I absolutely felt it tonight. And I got chills watching this game. I got chills watching this game from beginning to end. Yeah, the Philly made some runs here and there. Fine, who cares? They almost got it down to single digits. Who cares, right? The Pistons didn't fold. Whenever Philly challenged, the Pistons came right back, put it away. They did not allow them to get into the game to make this actual game, competitive game down the stretch. Didn't happen. This Pistons team is different. For everybody who had low expectations for this team, despite what happened last year, get it out of your head. That is long gone. Whether it is the team, the expectations, a lot of people said, well, they only going to get 20 plus wins this year, 25 wins this year, because what happened last year doesn't matter. You can't compare last year to this year. Different team, different players. The same way, the same people who were saying, oh, the Pistons aren't going to make a move at the deadline. Just like no, it's not last year. That's why I kept telling everybody, be patient, relax, wait, be patient. This is not the same organization, guys. It may have the same owner, but the owner has now gotten out of the way and allowed the people who he has hired to do their jobs. Period. Literally, it's different. The vibes are different. If you watch the game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I am so excited. I am so excited, guys. I think this is the beginning, guys. I think this is the beginning of a crazy stretch run. We haven't hit the heartbreak yet, but I think we just got a taste. We just got a taste of what to expect the rest of the year. We're still going to have some ebb and flows, going to have some bad games here and there, going to have some struggle games, going to have some growing pains. Still a young team, still a young basketball team, right? But you're going to see more games like this than anything compared to what you saw last year. Telling you guys, take me for my word. I've been watching this team for 30 years. It's got that feeling again. It's got that feeling again. Okay, so let's just get to it, man. It's a lot to get to tonight. And I see you guys in the comments. Shout out to everybody who was here, who was showing up as always. Mr. My City, appreciate you, brother. Hands down, Threesley's the best game as a Piston. Bro, not even as a Piston. Best game of his career. With a new career high tonight. We're going to get to that. Appreciate you, brother. Man. I know I've said it before, but this team is so fun to watch, man. Okay, let's get to it. I can say it all day long. Let's get to my initial thoughts, right? Because y'all know I got some initial thoughts. So the first things first, right? Let me just start with this. The Pistons, for those who didn't watch the game, the Pistons blew out, and I say blew out. I know it's 13 points, point differential, but the Pistons blew out the Sixers tonight, 125-112, without Cade, who was out with the ankle sprain. So it was announced that. It was reported rather that he was going to try to give it a go because we all know he came down on Evan Mobley's foot last game. He kept playing. He toughed it out. Should have been in a win. They tried to give him treatment. He just didn't have it. And I'm like, bro, just chill, just relax. Like, you've earned it. Cade has earned a break. Cade has earned a chance to relax, whether he was hurt or not. This could have been a low management game for Cade, and I wouldn't even have cared. I wouldn't even have cared. Whatever, bro. Do what you got to do. It sucks that it was on a national stage and we couldn't see him on a national stage, especially when he was telling NBA on TNT that, you know, for those who haven't seen us, I implore you to get League Pass so I can audition for you there. Well, guess what? They didn't need League Pass tonight because the Pistons were on ESPN and they absolutely destroyed the Sixers. Destroyed them. Guys, I did not expect this outcome. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I did not expect this tonight at all because the Sixers had both Paul George and Joel Embiid available to go along with Tyrese Maxey. So I thought this was going to be a very, very tough game. I'm thinking, come on, man. Like, this is literally a perfect storm. Literally a perfect storm. The fact that we had both of our main guy out. We already got Jaden out, who's our other young backcourt star. We already had him out. But to have Cade out as well, and to have Philly's big three show up when they haven't played together nearly all year, I'm just like, really? On ESPN? Not anybody's fault, but come on. So I was worried. I was worried that on national TV, it was not going to be pretty. But guys, I will eat all the crow in the world for all my worry because the Pistons were pleasantly surprising tonight in the way they approached this game. They jumped on Philly early in this game, and they never looked back. It was pure domination, just domination. They came out tonight with an edge. They came out with something to prove. It was such a beautiful thing to watch, man. Right. Phantom of Darkness. It was not pretty for the Sixers. It was not pretty for any of them guys at all. This was just straight domination by the Detroit Pistons. And let's go a little bit deeper as far as with what actually happened in this game. So we talked about it, right? The Pistons put the league on notice tonight. They absolutely put the league on notice tonight in what was the first nationally televised game since, get this, 2021. I believe it was when Cade and Jalen were facing off for the first time in the NBA when Houston played the Pistons. I think that was the last time. I know it was 2021. I think that was the actual game. So it's been 3.5, 4 years since the Pistons have had a nationally televised game. And man, did they take advantage of this game. I initially thought this game was going to be a recipe for disaster, you know, but like I said, they proved me wrong. And I want to give a quick shout out to AB, Ashton the Trainer. I've been shouting him out a lot lately, but he's been on point. You guys know him as Ashton the Trainer. I call him AB. He predicted a Pistons win despite Cade being out. And honestly, I thought that was just Ashton being Ashton. I thought that was just Ashton being positive like he always is, right? He's always positive. He's always bringing the vibes, bringing the good vibes, the good energy. And I was just like, yeah, all right, bro. I'm just thinking like, yeah, I hopefully, but I don't know, bro. I was just, but he was right. He called it. He literally called it. Maybe he was around the team. Maybe he felt the vibes. Maybe he could tell this team was going to be ready, locked and loaded to play. But regardless, he called it. Got to give him credit for that. So the Pistons tonight, they played like they knew that they were going to have eyes on them nationally. They knew they were on a national stage. And everybody came ready from the tip. Everybody was ready. What I love most about this game, guys, is just the uniformity that the Pistons had. Just the uniformity. Everybody tonight played with a certain type of approach to this game. If you watch this game, you know what I'm talking about. But they all approached this game with a certain sense of urgency. Did you notice that too? Did you notice how the Pistons it didn't really matter who was on the floor. It reminded me of the Lions. Not to get too deep on the Lions, because we know what happened with the Lions with the disappointing season. But the Lions have injury after injury after injury after injury all year long. And they still found ways to win games. They had the bend but don't break mentality. They were still blowing teams out. They were still winning games. They were still locking teams down defensively. The offense was the offense, but defensively, they still found ways to win games despite not having guys available. Their approach to the game was next man up. It doesn't matter who's available. This is who we are. This is how we're going to play. Tonight, the Pistons adopted that mindset. This is who we are. This is how we're going to play. Didn't matter if guys were in foul trouble, if guys were not shooting the ball well. It didn't matter. Whoever came into the game, if you could put a silhouette around every player tonight without knowing who it was, you wouldn't be able to tell who was who because they all played the same way. They all played the same way. And that was very, very refreshing because you know what that means? That means that everybody has bought in. From 1 to 12, 1 to 16, whatever. Everybody has bought in. They all have confidence in their coach. They all have confidence that they can win with and for him. And he deserves, JB Bickerstaff deserves a lot of credit. Him and his coaching staff, Jared Jack, all those guys. They all deserve a ton of, Luke Walton, all of them. They deserve a ton of credit because they have gotten these guys to believe. The things that they have instilled in this team and the results that have come from it have gotten these guys to believe. They understand if we play a certain way, we can beat anybody on any given night with any players. It was insane. It was insane. I'm telling you guys, I've said it before, I'm gonna say it again, man. This was very, very exciting just because it reminded me of those teams of old, the 04 team. The Bad Boys team. It just had that feel, had that vibe to it. If you know, you know, man. If you don't, go look up some old videos. But this is insane. Okay, so let's get back to the game. So what happened in this game, though? Like there are a lot of different things that actually happened with this game. So the Pistons had a 30-point lead on the Sixers by halftime. Let me say it again. The Pistons had a 30-point lead on the Sixers by halftime. Halftime. That is the Sixers' biggest deficit of the season. And it happened at halftime. The Pistons on the other side, they scored 78 points at halftime, which was the most points that they've scored in any half this season. The Pistons chose the best game, the best time to have the best game. This was the most impressive win of the season. You know why? Because what do I always talk about here? Hitting first? Sure, they did that. But more importantly, what? 4 quarters. We've seen so many times the Pistons either get off to good starts and take their foot off the gas and allow teams to get back into the game, or we've seen them get off the slow starts, get way down, and then try to get back into the game late. Tonight was one of the most complete games of the season, by far. And for them to do that without their star player, their star backcourt, they literally had about 45 to 50 points not available because Cade and Jaden were not available. And they did this. So just imagine, because you know when Jaden comes back, whenever that may be, He's going to play hard. He is a tough kid that plays the right way. He doesn't always make the right decisions. He makes mistakes at times, but he's going to give you the effort. So when he comes back, he's going to be a seamless fit right back into the starting lineup, which is going to make our depth even more. When Cade comes back, you already know what he is. You already know what Cade is, right? So for them to do this without those two guys available and for Philly to be full strength, there was no excuses. No excuses. No asterisks by this game. This is just a complete domination. Complete domination. Man, oh man, this is so fun to watch. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get to the box. This is going to be fun. So as I mentioned, Cade was out tonight. In his place started Malik Beasley. And we are going to start with that man. Guys, let me know how you felt about Beasley tonight, because Malik Beasley was absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible tonight. I don't think I've ever seen him play quite like this before as a Detroit Piston. He was unconscious tonight, guys. And I'm going to get to why I think he played the way he played tonight. I think he made a statement tonight, and we're going to get to why. We're going to talk about it. But the way he played tonight, we know what he is, right? We know that he's a bucket. We know that he has a clip. We know that he's consistent, one of the best shooters in the league. But tonight, he just took it to a whole nother level, man. He took it to a whole different level. He had a career high 36 points tonight. 36. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover on 13 for 23 shooting, 9 for 19 from 3. He shot 50% from 3. 1 for 3 from the free throw line in 38 minutes. Game ball goes to Malik Beasley. The belt goes to Malik Beasley. Absolutely incredible performance from this guy tonight. He could not, it seemed like, I know he missed 10 shots, but it seemed like he couldn't miss. He just literally, it seemed like every time he got the shot up, it looked good. I thought it was going in every single time he got a shot up. Every single time. Every single time. And it was incredible. It was incredible, man. And let's get to why I think he performed the way he did. First of all, I think he played the way he did because obviously he knew he had to be more aggressive. He knew he had to be more aggressive because Cade was out, right? So that was number one. But number two, and I think more importantly, he came in with an extra chip on his shoulder tonight because the starry 3-point shootout contestants for the All-Star weekend were announced tonight. Malik Beasley was snubbed. He did not make the 3-point contest. This is a guy who is second behind only Anthony Edwards, who also didn't make the 3-point contest. He was second in the league in 3-pointers made. He might be first now. After the night, he made 9 tonight. He might be in first place or right behind Ant-Man. But he was second in the league in 3-pointers made. He's shooting 41% from 3. So not only is he making a ton of threes, but he's doing it efficiently. One of the best shooters in the league. And you snub him? Now, look, let's say this. I want to say this too. Because even though he didn't make it, right? What made it better is that Cade did make it. Cade is headed to the 3-point shootout, guys, if you didn't know. And let me say this. I, for one, could not be happier for Cade. He is getting the all-star treatment, right? Across the board. The media attention, the all-star selections, the votes, the additional accolades, the additional invitations to things like this. I'm happy for him. But Cade should be battling against Malik Beasley in the 3-point contest. There's no way Beasley should not be in the 3-point contest, guys. Absolutely no reason. No reason. So 2 things can be true. I'm happy for Cade, but Beasley should be there. This should be Beasley's event, right? Cade for the All-Star, a star for the Rising Stars, and Beasley for 3-point. And tonight, on a national stage, I think everybody who did not give him a vote for that, he wanted them to eat those words. Whatever words, he wanted them to eat those votes. He wanted them to feel silly for not putting him in that three-point contest. And they should. They absolutely should. Look what this man's been doing. Not just tonight, all season long. He got snubbed. And tonight, I think he was on a mission to make his presence felt and to show everybody who voted for everybody else that they made a grave mistake. We all knew it, and now the rest of the league knows it. Shout all the way out to Malik Beasley. Man, oh man. Incredible performance from that guy. So happy to see that for him, man. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about the other most important player for me in this game, even though the stat sheet may not show it. Ausar Thompson. Ausar Thompson, especially in that first half, man. He was one of the biggest reasons why the Pistons got off to that great start. The Pistons jumped on the Philly early, very early. And he was a big reason why. He was everywhere. He was everywhere. It looked like he also had a chip on his shoulder. It looked like he wanted to take this game to show that me and my twin brother, he's playing great, but I can be that too. I can do that too. You know, we've heard all this Amen Thompson talk, and rightfully so. He's balling. But he's like, don't forget about me. Y'all saw my song, forgot about Cade. Don't forget about Ausar either. Don't forget about Ausar, Excellency, Messiah Thompson. Don't forget about that man. 14 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, 5 for 7 shooting, 4 for 6 from the free throw line in 27 minutes. Excellent game from Ausar. Guys, I say it all the time. When he is able to grab the board and push the basketball, he is unguardable. And the Pistons as a whole are unguardable because the defense has no chance. They have no chance to get back and cover. If they happen to, they're not on their guy. It's a mismatch. Tonight, when he was grabbing the rebound and pushing, he was literally running away from defenders. It was 2 or 3 defenders on one possession where he pushed the ball and went, and guys couldn't even catch up to him. It looked like quarterbacks trying to chase J-Mo. Or linebackers trying to chase Jahmyr Gibbs, and they're just running away. He was just running away from them. It was crazy. And he was literally everywhere tonight. He was moving well without the basketball. He was knocking down his free throws. He was doing everything tonight. Everything. And I call him the backbone of this defense. I've always said that. Without him, when he doesn't play early in the season, right? When he wasn't available, when he was still recovering from his blood clot, you could see the defensive lapses. You could see the holes in the defense. You could see the lack of recovery for guys when guys would get beat. Not anymore. Now that he's back, you can see how much he really serves as a stabilizing force for this defense. Ausar Thompson is scary. He is scary athletic, man. Like he has another gear. He has another gear athletically. It's insane, man. Like once he puts it all together and polishes his game, he is going to be unstoppable, guys. Unstoppable. He has star potential. That's why I always call him a star. Because he is. He has the it factor. 100%. 100%. And I love to see that from him. It's good to see that he's healthy now. He's playing great basketball, team basketball, and he stepped up. Guys stepped up by committee tonight in Cade's absence. They knew they had to. Guys understand how important Cade is to this team. Guys understand more than we do how important Cade is to this team. And he stepped up. Everybody stepped up tonight. Everybody, whether it was in the stat sheet or not, everybody stepped up and picked up a little bit more of the load that Cade left in his absence. Ausar Thompson, incredible. Incredible, man. I love watching him play basketball. Great game from Ausar. Moving on. Let's go Tim Hardaway Jr., who didn't have an impressive stat sheet, but did what Tim Hardaway does. He had 6 points, 5 boards, 3 assists, 1 block, 2 for 9 shooting, 2 for 8 from 3. So 8 of his 9 shots were from 3 in 31 minutes. So Tim didn't play great tonight. Okay? He didn't play great tonight. He didn't have to because he still came. He hustled. He played tough defense like he always does. He hit a couple shots. and he made the extra pass. Guys, there was times tonight. By the way, the ball was hopping tonight. You guys notice that? The ball was hopping. It was moving. The defense could not catch up to the basketball. And when you're moving the ball like that, it's never going to. Your legs cannot move faster than passes. Ever. When you're moving the ball, they are indefensible. You cannot be guarded. Cannot be guarded. And tonight, guys, pass. It was possessions. They had 7 or 8 passes in the half court. You see it. You see Sasha get to the basket. He pushes to Ron. Ron pushes to Tim Hardaway. Hardaway pushes to Fontecchio. Pump fake. Go to the basket. Back to Asar. Like it was beautiful. It was beautiful. That's what I mean though when I say Pistons basketball is returning. Because that is Pistons basketball. Pistons basketball is tough defense and moving and sharing the ball on offense. Getting out on the break, not being able to stop the break because teams cannot stop the break with the guys like Asar and Jaden when he comes back. And Holland and guys, it's gonna be so fun. I can't even give out my thoughts out because it's so reminiscent of what I'm used to watching. So getting back to Tim Hardaway Jr. Tim Hardaway Jr., guys, he is such an unselfish player. He is such an unselfish player because I called it out earlier in the season. He has been making the extra pass over and over and over and over again. When the defense flies at him, he's already knowing he's gonna make the next pass to the guy in the corner. He already knows. And it doesn't matter if it's Beasley or if it's Fontecchio or if it's even Ron Holland or Asar. It doesn't matter who's in the corner when he makes that pass. He's not thinking, well, my percentage is better than Ron Holland, so I'm going to take this. No, he's just being a team guy, team player. He had a pass tonight. He had an open shot. But he had Ron Holland in the corner, who was not the shooter that he is, made the pass anyway. That's what I'm talking about. That is why I love Tim Hardaway Jr. because he is the ultimate team guy. He gives up his body defensively. He has probably the second most charges in the league, drawn charges in the league. He busts his head open early in the season, taking the charge, missed 3 games, came right back and got right back to it. That's contagious for young guys. That's what Tim Hardaway does, man. He is a leader by example. And when you see a guy who is known to be a shooter making an extra pass to a guy who is not yet known to be a shooter, that's going to breed confidence in the guy who's in the corner. And it's going to encourage everybody else to do what? Make the extra pass, regardless of who it is. Now, if it's Beasley going forward, if Beasley has an open shot, but he's got a guy in the corner, guess what? He's going to make that pass. It's all about the team. It's all about the team, guys. That is why Tim Hardaway Jr. is so important. Not the points, not the stats, just the effect and impact that he brings on the court. Invaluable. Invaluable. So 2 for 9 tonight, who cares? Who cares? He is rubbing off on this team when it comes to playing Piston basketball. Period. Tim Hardaway Jr., shout out, bro. I understand how important that is, and hopefully you guys do too. Because he is, for a young team like this, guys like him are so important as far as building good habits. He is helping his team build good habits. I love it. I absolutely love it. Tim Hardaway, man, good stuff. Okay, moving on. The last thought I'm going to get to, or not, actually, no, there's 2 more guys you got to get to. Let's get to Jalen Duren first. Jalen Duren, man, 13 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. He was on triple-double watch tonight. 7 assists, 1 steal, on 5 for 7 shooting, in 20. He did all that in 20 minutes. So even though he had foul trouble, he was in foul trouble tonight, but he still was very effective in the minutes that he was in the game. He guarded Joel Embiid well tonight. There was a point in the game where it looked like Philly was going to try to threaten. They got the lead about down to 13 points, probably the closest they got in the game. Maybe 13 or 11 points. And Joel Embiid tried to go ISO on JD. JD moved his feet, stayed in front, and took the ball away from him. Took it coast to coast for a layup. And the game was over at that point. That was their last gasp. Jalen Duren is 21 years old, guys. 21. 21. There is not one person who was here tonight who can tell me that from the beginning of the season until now, you have not seen tremendous strides from Jalen Duren. Nobody can say that. Johnny, I like that. Duracell Duran. That might be a new nickname for him, bro. Duracell Duran. I like that. I like that a lot. Duracell Duran. I love it. I love it. And tonight, man, he was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Great game. He struggled with foul trouble. I get it, right? But he didn't allow that to take him out of his rhythm. He was a plus 26 tonight. That is more than double any other Pistons starter. I'm going to say it again. He was a plus 26 tonight. That is more than double any other starter, including the guy who I just raved about, who actually was second at 12. At 12. Tim Hardaway Jr. was a plus 12. That's the second. That's the closest to JD. So he went out tonight, guys, in the matchup against one of the best bigs in the game. Anybody's gonna have foul trouble against Joel Embiid. And I know Joel Embiid isn't the Joel Embiid that we're accustomed to seeing, but it's still Joel Embiid. When he's motivated, he can still get buckets against anybody. And in this game, in the stretch in the third quarter, when the Sixers tried to make their run, you saw Joel Embiid become Joel Embiid, right? But the Pistons didn't fold. JD did not fold. JD did everything you want to see your big man do tonight. Save for the fouls, he did everything you want to see him do tonight. Everything. He ran the floor well. He defended very well. Outside of the fouls, he defended well. He rebounded very well. And he got easy opportunities offensively. Great defense on Joel Embiid. And at this point, guys, Jalen Duren has the third most dunks in the NBA. And tonight, you can't just say, oh, well, that's just because Cade's getting him lobs. Cade didn't play. JD still found ways to be effective. He's shooting better than 70% on the season. Jalen Duren is shooting better than 70% on the season, guys. And he's 21 years old. Imagine him when he's 23, 24. Someone told me, it may have been Devin, that he's been working with Rasheed Wallace as of late. And if that's true, that explains it. That explains it. Jalen Duren has somebody who is in his corner now who can help to continue to mold him into the player that he needs to be. Period. If that is true, then it's going to be trouble time for a long time for bigs in the NBA. Because he already has the tools to be great. You see it. If you watch the game, he has the tools to be very, very good in this league. For everybody who has been throwing shade at JD, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. Devin, that was you. They said on ESPN he will be working with Rasheed during the All-Star break. Hopefully past the All-Star break. Hopefully just going forward, period. Because if you think about it, he actually had Rasheed with him in college at Memphis. He was one of the coaches there. Penny Hardaway was the head coach, and Larry Brown and Rasheed Wallace were the assistants. So if he can return, and Pistons sign Rasheed Wallace to a 5-year deal. Allow him to work with him. Allow him to work with JD. If he does, he's going to be one of the best bigs in the game, guys. I'm calling it right now. He will be one of the best bigs in the game at this rate. At this rate, it will happen. So I was really impressed with JD, man. Great game. Great game. He is the key. Someone in the comments said it. He is the key to the Pistons' future. He's so important to Cade, and he's so important to our defense. He's so important to our defense. And just doing things like rim running and just playing hard is going to make him very effective. Phantom of Darkness, I agree. He will be better than Evan Mobley. 100%. D. Davis said, call up Rip and Tay as well. Why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. 100%. Okay, guys, let's keep going. Let's keep moving. Back to the box. And I saved this guy for last on purpose. Tobias Harris, man. Tobias Harris. 22 points. 9 rebounds. 3 assists. 1 steal. 2 turnovers. 8 for 16 shooting. 6 for 6 from the free throw line in 34 minutes. Great game from Tobias Harris, man. I was so happy for him just because of all the shade that he has been getting. This was the Tobias Harris and B-Ball Paul revenge game. It was so nice to see Tobias Harris get a win against his former team, because we all know early this season Tobias Harris struggled. He consistently struggled early this season. And I got on him too, about we need more. We need more on both ends of the court, Tobias. We all talked about it. It's been very well documented that he has had a slow start to the season. And to see him perform the way he did tonight against his former team, considering all the shade. There were so many people in my comments on my shows, previous shows, who appeared to have good intentions when they were telling me about Tobias. They were saying, I don't think you're getting the player you think you're going to get. And I would say, I know who I'm getting. He played with us before, right? But they were saying, yeah, but he's not the same guy anymore. I'm not the same guy anymore. And I'm like, okay, we'll see. And you could see that he was really bothered last year by the way he was pretty much just kicked out the door, right? Just kicked out the door on his way out. And he even said in the interview, I think somebody said it here, that he felt like fans were ready to trade him for a crumble cookie. So it was very evident and apparent that he was bothered by the lack of support and love that he got from that team. And tonight, he looked better than the guy that they replaced him with, Paul George. Paul George did not look good tonight. They paid Paul George all that money. We always complain about paying Tobias $26 million a year. Paul George had 14 points tonight, guys. That's pretty much what Sixers fans were complaining about last year with Tobias Harris. So they paid Paul George more money to do the same things Tobias is doing right now, even less. Tobias, 22 points, 9 boards, 3 assists on 50% shooting. 100% from the free throw line. 6 for 6. No missed free throws. Like, Tobias Harris, he balled out. He balled out. And we needed it early in this game. So at this point, I am not upset. I am not bothered. I am not feeling any kind of way about that signing. $26 million a year, I'm okay with that. You give me 22 points and 9 assists and 3 boards, or 9 boards and 3 assists, 50% shooting, 6 for 6 from the line. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that every day of the week. Every day of the week. And he made so many big plays, man. He made so many big plays for himself and for others. And for others. Right? You saw, even though the fans may not have been the biggest fan of him, post-game, right after the game, you saw so many Philly guys coming over mid-interview to give him a hug. Right? You saw Andre Drummond do it. You saw Kelly Oubre do it. You saw Tyrese Maxey do it. All these guys coming over and showing Tobias love. And then you saw JD coming over and saying, yeah, Unc, had them young legs tonight, right? So everybody who is a player understands the impact and importance of a guy like Tobias Harris. I bet you it seems like they miss him. It seems like Philly misses him, for sure. He may not be an all-star, but if he can be a star in his role, like he was tonight, the Pistons will be just fine. They'll be just fine. Once again, Tobias Harris, shout out to you for being a model of consistency as of late. The Pistons have needed it, and he has delivered. Great game from Tobias Harris, man. No complaints from him. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Now, let's get to the bench, and then we will call it. Simone Fontecchio, guys. 10 points. 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 2 turnovers on 3 for 10 shooting, 2 8 from 3, 2 2 from the free throw line. So, solid game, right? Not a bad game. For the most part, he did what I like to see him do. Catch, shoot, catch, shoot, catch, shoot. He did have a nice play or two where he put the ball on the floor and was able to get a nice shot, right? It was a few times like, what are you doing, Fontecchio? Oh, that was nice. That was cool. So I don't want to see that from him regularly. If it's there every now and then, okay. But catch, shoot. And adding a guy like Dennis Schroeder is going to be very, very important for him. Because Schroeder is a guy who can run the offense. He's going to be so important for a lot of guys like Cade. So Cade can rest, right? But for a guy like Fontecchio, who is not a playmaker, who relies on somebody to get him his shots, open shots, right? He's going to be so important. He's going to make it easier for Fontecchio to not have to put the ball on the floor. He's going to find himself with so many open shots because of Schroeder's ability to get into the paint and be able to dish. Schroeder's only 31 years old. He's 31. So he's still right in the prime of his career. He's right there, right? So he still has the quickness to be able to get by guys. And he's already super quick. So I'm looking forward to Fontecchio really benefiting. I talked about this last night with Eric Vincent and King. I'm looking forward to Fontecchio benefiting, being a beneficiary of a guy like Dennis Schroeder, who can help put him at his best and get those catch and shoot shots and just get him up. But tonight, solid game from Fontecchio. Wasn't great, wasn't terrible, solid, was good enough. He brought the energy, right? He brought the effort. He had a couple shots that he blocked, or a couple deflections. He made plays. He sprinted down the court. He was energetic tonight. I love it. I love that about him. I love that about him. Okay. B-Ball Paul, he got a chance to play tonight. He didn't play a lot, but when JD got in foul trouble, he got a chance to play a little bit. He had 2 points, 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1. So he did a lot. Wow. I'm going to read it again. 2 points, 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 turnover on 1 for 4 shooting in 7 minutes. So I was just happy to see him get some time in this game, in a win. I was happy to see him get some time. And tonight he made a few plays that really were big. He made a shot. He got a turnover, got another score. And it was just nice to see him be able to get involved. And he made some big plays in this game. Devin said, tag me in. Bro, shoot me a DM and I'll send you the link. If anybody wants to get in on this tonight, hit me on Twitter. Shoot me a DM on Twitter and I will shoot you the link. And you can come on here and talk to me about this game while we're still here. I'll probably be on for another 20 minutes or so. So hit me up. But yeah, Paul Reed, it was nice to see him play in this game, man. He really did his thing. And you could see he was really into the game too. He was happy to be able to be a part of this win other than just being on the sideline and clapping. He was happy to be involved and to be able to make plays against his former team. I love seeing things like that. All right, let's keep going. Let's get to Ron Holland, man. 3 points, 2 assists, 1 board, 1 steal on 1 for 5 shooting, 1 for 3 from 3, 15 minutes. So he didn't do a ton tonight. He was a +8. Most of these guys had a plus, to be honest. But he was solid. It looked like he may have gotten into a little scuffle with somebody. I'm not sure exactly who it was with. But he kind of got into it. I saw JD sprint down the court and try to separate him from somebody. But I think that was just because they were getting blew out and they were mad about it. But Ron Holland, man, once again, we've talked about it. And shout out to Eric Vincent, because Eric Vincent has been keeping us updated with all of the practices, what's going on behind the scenes in practice. And again today, you see Ron Holland. It's on my YouTube. You can check it out on my short. Ron Holland getting up shots with Fred Vincent religiously now, knocking him down. And the hard work is starting to pay off, because now you're seeing him getting games and his shots looking like butter. String music on his threes, right? So the confidence is already there. As he continues to get better and more reps and continues to work on that jumper with Fred Vincent, he's going to be a very, very good player as well. We have there's so many guys on this team you could say, man, a year from now, 2 years from now, he's going to be really, really good. Yeah. That's why you don't trade any of those guys. That's why you don't make any trades. That's why at the deadline, you didn't see Trajan Langdon trading young guys away, trading away assets, because the Pistons are still understanding what it is they have on their team. These guys are still understanding who they're going to be. They're still understanding who they are as an NBA player. So if they don't know who they are as an NBA player, the GM definitely doesn't know who these guys are at their peak. We got to give these guys a chance to develop. We're seeing these guys getting better and better game over game, week over week. Why would you trade any of those guys? You have no idea what their ceiling even is yet, or how they fit long term. It's silly to do that, which is why you saw very shrewd, small moves being made by Trajan Langdon. You saw Trajan Langdon creating second-round picks out of nothing to be able to use them to get a guy like Dennis Schroeder, which was the biggest need for this team, because Cade's been playing 38 minutes a game, and at the end of the game, he's not fresh and he's tired. That was the most important thing the Pistons had to address, and they addressed it. And once again, that's why Trajan Langdon did not go all out. He did not push his chips in. He did not do anything. He's not impatient, like a lot of Pistons fans are, who have a very knee-jerk reaction to everything, to the point where at 2:45 yesterday, they thought no move was going to be made. Just jumping the gun for no reason. And I told everybody, y'all too impatient. Y'all too impatient. Y'all know who y'all are when I say y'all, and y'all know who y'all aren't. If I'm talking to you too, I'm talking about the people who are very, very impatient, who have no patience, who are just very, very knee-jerk reaction, very impulsive. You gotta chill. You gotta relax. When it comes to trade deadlines, when it comes to development of this team, you have to be patient. Rome was not built overnight, and neither will this team be. Be patient. Sit back and wait. Enjoy the process. Trust the process. This is the real process. I don't know what they're doing over there in Philly. That's done. They done burnt that. That's overcooked. They're cooked. That process is over. But the Pistons, very, very bright future ahead, guys. Very, very bright future. So I could not be happier with this game, man. This was very, very exciting. And once again, these guys continue to show me more and more and more. Broderick, yes, very knee-jerk. One bad game happens, now you want to trade somebody. Like, come on, man. Doug, I feel you. Doug. But you know what, Doug? That means that at least you've experienced what it's like to see a winning team for the Detroit Pistons. You've seen the 04 team. You've seen the bad boys teams. Tell me this, Doug. How did this team tonight look to you compared to those teams? Didn't this game tonight give you those vibes? Those 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005 vibes where you see a team who is just playing for each other? Where no individual is bigger than the team? Where guys are just giving everything, throwing their bodies around, getting the crowd into the game. You can always tell the identity of a team by how the crowd reacts. This crowd at LCA never gets any louder than when the Pistons are diving on the floor, when the Pistons are turning teams over, when the Pistons are rotating well and playing great individual defense and are locked in, and the offense has no good shot, and there's 5 seconds left on the clock. When that happens, you can just hear the crowd just get loud because they understand what they're looking at. We will always be a team that appreciates hard play, tough play, unselfish play, moving the basketball, playing for each other, moving on the string defensively, getting quality shots, not going ISO. No, not caring about who scores, not caring about the stat sheet. That's what we care about. Chemistry, building camaraderie, continuity, and chemistry to go with our consistency. C. Check. That's what we care about. And that is what this team is building. That's what JB Bickerstaff said last year when he first got here, is that you're going to see this team look like those teams. You're going to see this team get incrementally better week over week, month over month. That is exactly what is happening. And that's why you see a team who can blow out the Philadelphia 76ers without their 2 best players. 2 best players. Jaden's out. Cade's out. Don't matter. You know why? Because next man up mentality. That's why. This team, guys, is going to be fun to watch for a long time. I hope J.B. Bickerstaff stays here for the next 3 to 4 years at least. What he's building from the ground level has been very, very impressive. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Absolutely. Okay, moving on. We got a few more guys we'll get to, and then we will call it a night. Isaiah Stewart, man. Guys, as much as I just talked about Detroit identity and Detroit basketball, nobody embodies that more than Isaiah Stewart. And he has been that way since he has been here. It hasn't been as highlighted as often because, just like Cade, the team wasn't winning, so you don't pay attention as much. But now that we have a coach who understands how to put these guys in position to be successful, and we're winning, now you're seeing it. Last year, we had Stu as a stretch 4. And Stu didn't complain, and Stu actually improved his 3-point ball tremendously last season. But that's not his game. He can do it in the pinch. He can do it. He's capable for sure. He was 1 for 1 tonight. So he can shoot the ball. He worked on that three ball over and over again last year. He just kept working on it. And he continued to get better. But he is at his best in that paint. That painted area is home for him. That is home. And when anybody tries to break into his home, he takes offense. And he's going to make you regret it. That's Isaiah Stewart. He is the heart and soul of this team. Heart and soul. He had a tremendous block on Kelly Oubre. Again, it's like every game, it seems like now he's blocking somebody's shot at the rim and going like this. Our team at some point going to get the memo that more times than not, it's not going to work out good for you. You're going to be on the bad end of an ESPN highlight. It's not going to be good for you. Isaiah Stewart, man, he's tremendous. Yes, Devin, he moves his feet very, very well. Very, very well. And guys, we have a guest who's going to join here now. Devin.
What's up?
Welcome to the show, my brother. Let me add you in here.
So can you hear me?
I hear you. What's going on, bro?
No much glad to be on here. I feel like I had to come on here because I was talking too much junk about what's going to happen at the deadline.
Bro, give me some thoughts on this game tonight. What did you see? What stood out? Any player, any plays? What stood out to you tonight, bro?
I gotta let you know too. My name is Davon. They ain't Devin. You messing the name up.
What? You said Devin, right?
Davon.
Dave, my bad. Davon. Man, you should have told me a long time ago. I've been calling you Devin forever, bro.
I know, but it's like that'd be weird to type. You feel me?
I got you. Davon, tell me what you saw tonight, bro. What'd you see?
Just Asar's impact. Like he had one play. It's where he got fouled on. He stole the ball and was like going down the lane for like a dunk. He didn't dunk it. It's like 2 seconds. He's going for dunk. He just sprinted real fast. I'm like, man, Asar's in.
Yeah,
he's a beast.
Incredible, man. Yeah, you a Lions fan, right?
I'm not in football. I'm more all basketball.
Okay, I'm not mad at that. I was saying earlier, it's kind of like watching certain guys for the Lions, man. Just the way he's able to just run away from guys. It was 2 or 3 guys trying to catch him, and they couldn't even catch up to him to foul him.
Yeah.
It was incredible, man. Incredible. So I was happy to see that. What were your thoughts on I wanted to ask you this. What were your thoughts, because you've heard a lot about Malik Beasley and the game that he's had and the season he's had. What were your thoughts on him tonight as far as just stepping up in Cade's absence and really taking on and shouldering that offensive load?
I feel like he's back. I mean, he's going to be re-signed. Like, that was a clear cut. Like, I know you were saying it seemed like he was trying to show, like, yo, I'm in the three-point contest. But I kind of took it a different way. I kind of feel like he was like, yo, I'm here. I want to re-sign. Like, you know, I want to play here. Like, he stepped up and showed that he wanted this win. So
that's a good point that you made because, you're right. That's a good point that you made because I think it was today he actually said that he told Coach Bickerstaff, don't trade me.
Yeah.
Don't trade me. So that tells me, you tell me what you think. That tells me that come off season, he's not going to ask for a ton of money. No, he's going to ask for a fair, right? He's going to ask for a fair amount of money, but I think the two are going to kind of meet in the middle, compromise, because it makes sense to both parties. What do you think?
No, I feel the same way. I was like, man, the way he's playing, the way he's talking, it seemed like he might just take like a cheap team-friendly deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to help us out so much. Like,
yeah, it is, man.
Nice.
And it's cool too because like you see how he looks with a guy like Cade, because you know Cade makes everybody better. But it's cool to see him play this way when Cade isn't even available. Yeah. When Jaden isn't even available, he's able to. He said, "Y'all, hey, follow me. I'm gonna put y'all on my back tonight. I'm gonna be the shoulder the scoring load tonight." I love to see that tonight from him.
Yeah, nobody's setting him up, and he's still getting almost 40 points.
Bro. He had a career high.
Yeah,
36, 50% from 3. Insane, man, insane. So I had to have you come on here, man, for a minute. Anybody else stand out to you?
Not really. I just can't wait to see this bench when Shooter come on there.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah,
that's my biggest thing right now. Like we in the playoffs. I just there's no doubt in my mind we not in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Like, I'm just happy to see it.
Yeah, and especially now that we have a guy like Dennis Schroeder who can really help that bench unit. I thought the only thing that may keep us from getting in the playoffs and maybe we might be in the play-in is just not having that backup point guard.
Yeah. Because
you've seen it. You watch the games. There's so many games where in the first quarter we have a lead. And as soon as Cade sits down, right? Yeah. As soon as Cade sits down, timeout. Let's get Cade back in the game. Or if we're down when Cade sits down, blowout. Or the lead the deficit just balloons. So having a guy like Schroeder can kind of just steady and stabilize that second unit. And now when Cade sits down, he can do this.
Just chill. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's going to be important for Cade for the stretch run of the season because, come playoff time, you want your guys to be fresh, especially your star players. You want them to be the show out. Yeah. And in fourth quarters, you want your guys to be fresh. So having a guy like Schroeder is going to do that for you.
Yeah, we definitely want to see different clutch Cade now since he's going to have his lungs in him a little bit more.
Yeah, man.
But,
How do you think Cade is gonna do in the 3-point contest? Because we just found out today he's gonna be in the 3-point contest. How do you think he's gonna do?
I mean, I'm gonna sound like a hater. I don't think he's gonna do bad, but I don't think he's gonna do that good. But he
Okay.
might surprise us too. But I don't know. I feel like Cade getting a 3-point contest. I'm not mad at it. Of course, I want him in there.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's a good thing, but it's gonna sound like I'm hating. I feel like the media is just pushing him. Like that the league is just, they push him as a superstar. Like, like you said, we wanted Beasley in there. He's the best shooter on our team.
Yeah.
Like Cade being on there even surprised me. I'm a Pistons fan. I'm like,
Yeah.
Cade?
Right.
But,
Bro, you were not alone. You were not. When I first saw it, I'm like, okay, Cade Beasley's. Wait, who? That's got to be a typo. So I want to say this too, and I think you agree with me because you're kind of saying the same thing. Like, it's okay to say that Beasley should have been in the 3-point contest without taking anything away from Cade. Two things can be true.
Yeah.
You can be happy for Cade and still sad for Bees.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this is Bees' event, bro.
Yeah, for
like
real.
he takes pride in this and being able to shoot the ball the way he does. So of course he's gonna be a team guy. He's not gonna be upset. He's gonna be happy for his boy. But I know whether he says it or not, part of him is like, bro, how come I couldn't have been there too?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He probably
They should have been
understand it
battling
too.
each other.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying he probably understand it too. He's been in the league for a while, so
Yeah.
he understand it.
He understands for sure. But I felt like I'm happy for Cade, but this was Bees' event, man. You gotta reward him for that. The way the team is playing this year,
Yeah.
now that Jaden is out, he's the second best player in this team.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Without him, we're not 500 team. Cade isn't getting 10 plus assists a game without Bees.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you got to give him credit for that. So I really just wished they would have allowed him to have that to himself, or even just have him with Cade. If you want to have two guys, like when they had Steph and Clay together battling each other,
Yeah,
that kind of
that'd be
thing, right? That'd have been cool to see.
Even if Cade in the skills challenge, that would have been cool. Just
Right?
you don't got him in the 3-point, but like I said, I'll take it though.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how Cade does. I think if Cade gets hot, like if Cade has a good first round, if Cade can have a good first round,
Yeah.
I think he has a shot to win it all. Because
feel that.
if he gets some confidence, don't let him get some confidence. Because once he gets some confidence, because this is his first time in this event, so he doesn't really know what to expect. It's hard to get used to taking shots off or balls off a rack when you're used to catching them in the pocket. So if he can get past that first round, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets to the final. I really wouldn't.
I feel like he's gonna represent the team. So I mean, either way, it's a win-win. As long as he don't go in there and trash it,
Yeah. Don't go and put up like 5 or 6.
Yeah, I can't see that happening though.
Can't have that happening for sure. Yeah, man. Anything else you wanna chime in?
Oh, I just want to talk more about Shooter because
Okay, let's do it.
taking this earlier. I woke up this morning just before I went to work, looking at my phone. Now they realize like Shooter and Beasley played together.
Did they?
Yes, on the Lakers.
Wow, you're right.
And like I was looking at the video, I'm like, dang, because I was trying to see the Shooter have a championship just to see, if he's gonna bring that type of experience. And I was like, looking at the Lakers, seeing he played with Beasley, seeing like a clip of like Beasley, he shot a 3, did a little shimmy, and Shooter was doing it right there with him. I'm like, they already have chemistry. Like
I didn't realize that. That's a great y'all. Devon is on it tonight, y'all. I didn't know that. I was not aware that their careers intersected like that. So off the bench, it's gonna be because some were saying that they wanted Shooter to start with Cade. I'm like, no. That literally doesn't solve the problem that we have. And that's having a point guard off the bench. So to your point, Devon, him off the bench with Bees and Ron Holland and Stu is gonna be fun.
I want him to resign so bad because that's a starter level backcourt.
Yes,
on your bench.
On your bench. That's a great point. Like, and what have the Pistons always been built on? Having deep teams, right? Having depth, having guys like you just said who could be starters. Who, if a starter does get hurt, you don't lose much if you put that guy into the starting lineup. We saw it tonight, right? That's a great point, man. I think I really think Shooter's going to help Fontecchio too, though, man. I know I said it already, but we talked about it. As far as Fontecchio putting the ball on the floor and trying to make plays, he's not going to be asked to really do that anymore. With having a ball handler like Schroeder who can orchestrate the offense and get good shots once he gets into the paint.
Yeah,
All he's got to do is do this. Boom, boom, boom,
pretty much.
boom.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. And give us one of these.
Yeah.
That's literally it. Yeah,
And
man, it's going to be...
like, Shooter will break the defense, break the defense down more for he can just kick it out for the three.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
this move was a good move. I was like, dang, I wish he did more. But the more I thought about it, I was like, he didn't do nothing. Like he didn't give up nothing, and we got to start a quality point guard.
100%.
It's what we need, you know.
Yes.
He's not that old still either.
31.
Yeah.
Right there. So I think, and the beauty of this to me is that he is on an expiring contract.
Yeah.
So whether he resigns or not, I wouldn't be mad if he did. But whether he does or not, let's just say he doesn't. Guess who's coming back next season?
Ivy.
Jaden.
Yeah.
He can get right back to what he was.
Yeah.
Right? So this is a perfect bridge. At worst, this is a perfect bridge until Jaden gets back. Because now Cade can chill. Now we got a guy who can run the offense off the bench. And if he plays well, I wouldn't mind bringing him back on a 2-year deal, a friendly deal, if he's with it, right? Just to be something of a safety valve, you know, because we know Jaden can play the 1. But say Jaden's struggling when he slides to the 1, he's struggling, he's turning the ball over, whatever. You have a Schroeder who can come in as a vet and just slow everything down, you know, get everything back under control and run your offense for you. It's a perfect situation.
No, for real.
Perfect situation, man. It may seem like it's a small move, but it's when it comes to the domino effect and how it connects with everybody else being effective, it's perfect. And we got 2 draft picks to go with it. 2 second-round picks to go with it. So it's like, Trajan Langdon, bro, shout out to you, bro. He cooked. He absolutely cooked.
I was like, don't get me wrong. I was like, damn, I wish he got a first-round pick and all this stuff. And then I started looking like the teams that got first-round picks, they had to take on bad contracts.
Exactly.
You know, so I'm like, yeah, he actually did a good job.
He did, man. And he used... Go ahead.
No, I was saying I want Shooter to resign. Just be like, him getting traded so much, I'm going to be honest, like, dog, you ain't that valuable. You know what I mean? Like, you've been traded 4 teams in like 24 hours.
In 24 hours.
You better take a discount. Like,
yeah, I think you're right about that. Let me ask you a question, bro. Somebody just asked me this in the chat. Phantom of Darkness just asked you to ask. We can answer it together. So, Deuce, going to ask you now, if you had the choice, would you want Lonzo or Dennis Schroeder? That's a good question. I'll let you chime in first, Devon. Who would you rather have between the 2 of those guys?
It's going to sound different now because, like, I wasn't that big on Lonzo because I feel like we would have got him. It would have used up all of our cap space, and Dennis probably would have got us a little bit more.
Okay.
Just getting somebody else would have got a little bit more, but we only got Dennis, so it kind of don't make sense. But I'd rather have Schroeder just because I said the chemistry with Beasley and stuff, even though he could be more of like an issue because, you know, he does cause issues in that like locker room and stuff. But,
I've heard that too at times,
but I feel like just chemistry-wise, I'd take, you know, Schroeder. He played off the bench before. He now played a 6-man role. He played with Beasley. Pretty sure he can fit on with Tekio and Asar, or Ron. It's not gonna be hard to fit him in. And just the ball, it's just the injury history. Like if he would have went down, it just would have been, why did we do this trade?
Exactly.
I like his size, playmaking, and all that stuff, but we need someone who's gonna be here. And plus, Schroeder is a better scorer too, so it's gonna help up our bench points. So
you made a great point, bro.
Like,
you made a great point. The best ability is availability.
Yeah.
And I mentioned it last video. I liked the Lonzo idea because he would only be asked to play about 15 to 20 minutes a game, which you can regulate that. That's much better for a guy who's injury prone. But that doesn't guarantee that he won't get hurt and have those same injuries either. So if it's me, and it's crazy, I never even thought about Schroeder being a possibility until yesterday. Right? But
what about him like earlier this year though? That's the thing though. When he was on the Nets, everybody's like, let's get Schroeder.
Yeah. And he balled out for the Nets. He didn't play well for the Warriors, but he played well for the Nets. Yeah. So I'm with you. I would much rather have Schroeder. Also because he runs that pick and roll action well.
Yeah.
He's a great mid-range shooter.
Yeah.
So he makes the defense choose whether you're going to guard me or you're going to guard the lob or you're going to guard the shot. So just his ability, like you mentioned with Bees, the pick and roll, out of the pick and roll, Bees is going to get easy shots still.
Yeah.
You know? So I would much rather have a guy like Schroeder because unless something a freak injury happens or something like that, you know he's going to be available.
Mm-hmm.
You know he's going to be there because, yes, he's going to get, easy 15. And it's going to be some games where he plays 20, 25.
Yeah.
Because other guys are struggling. There's going to be games this season that we win because of his impact.
Yeah.
You know, when other guys don't have it going. So 100%, I would definitely want to rather have Dennis Schroeder. And I'm glad in hindsight, in retrospect, that it didn't work out with Lonzo because I would have been happy with Lonzo. But for what we need, yeah, Dennis Schroeder's, in my opinion, the better player. For sure. It's a good call, bro. It's a good call, man.
No, I was just going to say, I can see our defensive rating and the offensive rating. I've been looking at that every game. Like, it's been going up and down, up and down. I can see it going up a little bit. Like, defense, even though he's not known as a defender, but, you know.
He's
like
scrappy, though.
He said, you making shots, your defense is going to, you know, cassette and all that. So
exactly. 100%.
We about to be nice. Like,
we going to be nice, bro.
We about to be so nice.
We going to be nice. I have a lot of confidence now in Trajan Langdon.
Me too.
Like, what are your thoughts on Trajan Langdon so far? I know it's been a small sample size. He hasn't been here long. But what have been your thoughts on him so far, on what you've seen from him?
I mean, like I said, it's short, but he's doing his thing. Like, he's not doing nothing to cripple the team. Like, at first, I was kind of scared that we could go after Zach LaVine or the Brandon Eaton just because he could have been like, I want to please the fans. I'm going to get this big name. But he's doing like he told us he's going to do. He's not lying about it. He's he's trying to build this stability of a long winning team. So him getting these assets, him, not going after the big name. I was so glad that he didn't go after the big name. Like,
it's not time yet.
He's building a culture,
It's not time for that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not time for the Rasheed Wallace trade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not at the precipice of being a contender yet.
Yeah.
We're not there. We don't want to be in a situation where we got Blake Griffin and we're not nowhere near a contending team. You know what I mean? So that goes back to the patience. It's going to be growing pains. You just got to live with them. Let these guys grow. And when we get to that point, then you go and get that guy. And then you can be good for 4 or 5 year window of contending every year. You know, that's the goal.
And also feel like say we went and traded Zach LaVine, had this big long contract. There's other guys gonna be coming up who will be way more impactful, and younger, who will fit. Like the guy who I really want is JJJ, Triple J. I'll get him.
Oh, you've been on him for a while.
Better than LaVine, you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Patient. When that trade comes, it's gonna come. Just like how the Pacers got Siakam and then give up nothing. They got an aspiring contract who they signed, Bruce Brown. Like he wasn't part of their team,
Right. That's true. That's true.
Happened.
Yeah. Somebody asked, do you think Waters is going to play for I don't know. I'm not sure. I think he may be more of a depth piece.
Yeah.
He is a good shooter. If you guys remember, he played against us the game when Stu took the ball from him, wrestled it away from him. He played well that game. I think he hit 4 or 5 threes that game. So he's got a clip. He can really shoot the ball. And I think when you got a guard like Cade and a guard like Ivy who are really able to create good shots for your shooters, you can't have too many shooters. You can't have too many of them. So I don't know if he's going to have a regular rotational role, but it's good to have a guy like him, a wing like him, who can knock down shots. Yeah. So good depth piece, I think.
I remember him on the Thunder. He's like the first native player in the NBA or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, because I watch a lot of basketball.
yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's good.
I remember OKC, they had a Native American night, and they had him on there. Like that's his name, Waters. I think it might be like a Native American thing. So
okay, Devon spitting facts tonight, y'all.
I'm just saying. Yeah.
Well, listen, bro.
That fact,
It's been great having you on, man. We're gonna get ready to call this tonight. But everybody drop some fire emojis, drop some show Devon some love. He's brought some valuable information, some nice gems, some nice tidbits to the show. And thanks for coming on, bro. I appreciate you coming on, man.
No, thanks for having me. Can't wait to see Sunday.
Absolutely. I'm with you, bro. We'll talk soon, man.
All right, peace.
Peace. Man, oh man. Shout out to Devon, man. That was the first guest I've had on, and I might do that more often, man. I like being able to actually talk to y'all and actually being able, instead of just chatting all the time, just being the chance to talk. So this is cool. But yeah, give him some love, man. Give him some love. He dropped some gems tonight. So yeah, man. So great game from the Pistons tonight, guys. Very surprising. Very heartwarming, very encouraging, very exciting. And you guys can all see now the future is very bright for this team. I know we've had some heartbreaking losses to, the Hawks, Trae Young at the buzzer, the Cavaliers, Darius Garland at the buzzer, but games like tonight make those a little bit easier to stomach. And moving forward, as this team continues to get healthy and they continue to build and get more chemistry and get more reps, I'm telling you guys, the Pistons are going to be a team that nobody wants to play in the playoffs. Nobody's going to want to play this team in the playoffs, man. When we get healthy and we get our guys back and we have that confidence that continues to just ebb and flow, and we have that dog pound mentality that Isaiah Stewart and Ron Holland and Jalen Duren always have and push, it's going to be fun to watch. Speaking of which, we're going to end it with this. For those who are into music, and for those who have checked out my music, Restoration, Baton, While They Sleep on the side here, myself and my man Carl Collins are working on another Pistons anthem music video called Dog Pound. In salute, in tribute to Isaiah Stewart, Jalen Duren, Ron Holland, and everybody else on this team who embodies that. So we're looking forward to being able to drop that for you guys soon. Once again, it's called Dog Pound. The song is already out now on all platforms. You guys can go check that out. Hopefully you guys rock with that, but we're going to have a video coming for that real soon. And hopefully you guys enjoy that. And I got a lot more coming on the way after that too. So it's going to be a fun season, guys. It's going to be fun. For those who remember, it's going to be fun to be able to go to Pistons games in the spring, in the late spring. I know we all love going to LCA, but I'm getting tired of just going when it's cold. I don't know about y'all. I'm tired of having to wear a coat every time I go to LCA. I want to go in some shorts. I want to go in the tank top. I want to go in my J's. I don't want to have to worry about my J's getting dirty because it's snowy all the time, right? So for the first time in a long time, the Pistons, it looks like, we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves, but the way they're playing now, it looks like the Pistons are going to be in the playoffs, right? And to be able to go to Pistons games, playoff games in the spring, late spring, like April, it's a lot of fun, guys. It's a whole different experience. I know a lot of you guys in the comments haven't really experienced that, and maybe haven't experienced a lot of that. But it's been 6 years. So it's going to be fun to be able to go back to LCA, or to go to LCA when the Pistons are in the playoffs. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun time. So we're going to end it there, guys. I appreciate you guys always showing up and showing out as you always do. And I'm looking for a Pistons winning streak to start beginning tonight. Remember I said that. I think this is going to kick off a winning streak. Maybe 4 or 5 games, maybe even more. But we'll see. We'll come back. If I'm wrong, call me all the way out. But that's kind of what I see for this team. So going forward, we will see what happens. And as always, I appreciate you guys showing love as you guys always do for me. You guys always show me love. And I will see you guys post-game at the end of next game. And with that, Detroit versus everybody. Peace.